What's up, man? It's your boy, Once a Grove. What do you know about? See, I usually go to some other part, but I'm like, what do you know about the law of attraction? Less than 10 seconds. You see how I said that? And I'm not an internet guru, and even when I have zillions of dollars, which I think I already have, I'm not even like calling you in like that. Like, what's up? You know, something for fucking 30 seconds. You want to listen to my sappy story? Because I'm a Jake? Fuck Jakes. Listen, 495 don't fuck with Jakes, buses, marks, and lames. Asses. This is something different, but and I'm just saying, Jake, Mark ass, bus ass, lame. So here's the deal: the universe is bizarre. Quantum physics, quantum material. I don't know, man. Dark matter, energy, dark this, black magic, voodoo, who, hex, or whatever. But it's like, so you could be a late. Okay, I'm not trying to be weird. I'm going to put it in the context for you in perspective because that's what I do. I take things, and there's two different ways to like look at shit. It's like, you could see a nigga Grove and you could be like, Grove, you talk a lot. Well, I do. I got a motherfucking goddamn talk show. Like, what do you expect, bitch? And then the other thing is like, niggas that know me, they might just be clowning like, Grove, you just talking hella shit. But then, by the same, I almost said the same recording. By the same token, it's like, they might be like, Grove, just get to the point. And I'm like, right, but I got a talk show. So it's like, not always about that. But I get it. So I'm going to get to the point. You know what's weird? The universe is fucking goddamn bizarre. I wake up, I got zillions of dollars. I don't even know how it happened. Like this money here, look, like literally, like no bullshit. I'm feeling like Tekashi 6ix9ine. I don't even know how it happened. Like like you hear this? Hear it? Smell it? Like I can taste it. This is US fucking currency. Like I put it on my life, on my honor as a man. I don't even know how I got this money. The universe was like, Grove, the universe is abundant, and you must have data in terms of construct, in terms of money, hologram, real world matrix. This is yours because you deserve it. And I'm like, I fucking love you, universe. I don't even know where that money came from. All I know is I just get dough. I broadcast into the universe like, I'm G. In other words, I'm Bloods Gang. And I'm a fucking baller, and I make dough, and I come from the street. So so look, we're at 250 something, right? Coming up. Here's the deal. I'm not really from the projects. I just gotta be honest. I'm like kind of sort of like Dave Chappelle, like, I'm not really from the projects. Now you're probably like, dude, you're a fucking asshole. Why would you tell us that you're from the ghetto and you're from the hood? Well, I am, but I'm not. So my mother had a child with my father who he wasn't around, okay? My mother's a soldier. She's trained with a 45. Boom, blam, blah, 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 blah. Bam, bam, bam. My mother's a soldier in the U.S. military. Like, she's gangster. Like, gee. My mom ain't a bitch, though, dog, for real. If I said anything stupid to my mom, she'd probably break my fucking spine, dog. She'd be like, nigga, fuck you, boy, blah, and fucking just blat me out, like, blah, okay? My mom is not a bitch, dude. She used to be on the rifle range. In fact, she dated some dude that was CIA and shit, and he bit the head off a chicken. This is real shit, man, and at the farm and shit in fucking Virginia back before I was born, before I moved to New York. She dated a Navy SEAL, and I won't say his name, but my dad was almost a white dude. And back in the day, apparently, according to my mom's, you could visit the farm. Now, my mom had TSSCI, top secret, compartmentalized intelligence information secret. So she says she wasn't CIA. I believe her. Okay, but the point is I know she visited the farm. That shit's real. So I won't go into details. I don't want to embarrass Uncle Sam because it's not really an embarrassment. But in terms of the old school detail, the way it fucking flows, is that my mom's she had this boyfriend who was a Navy SEAL back in the day in the 60s, nigga. And she visited the CIA farm, which I know is true because she's government and she's secret intel. and has been forever. She used to come up on the spot, nigga. Look, I used to sell crack cocaine with my homeboys from fucking deep in ever DI 495. It was like 400 zillion years ago, statute of limitations. So you ain't charging us with nothing. And plus, Uncle Sam was doing it, so it's legit. Point is, it's not right and it's wrong, but it was an era. And my mom's used to come through the house, and she used to have the camouflage with the strap, nigga, like this. She used to come through the door. I had hardwood floors, 2-car garage, white picket fence, and my mom's had been studying microbiology because she's G like that. She was at the community college, and then she realized with her patients, because she was going to be a medical doctor, that she wanted to get into the world of business. So she transferred over to business and got her degree in business. The reason we lived in the projects was because my dad didn't come around, even though he was a PhD, that is Doctor of Philosophy, from a deep South school of theological studies. My dad is a sociologist, though, man. So my dad's originally from Alabama. His family made the exodus to Mississippi. Full disclosure, my dad joined the Vietnam War and shit when he was young, and he had an afro. You know what I'm saying? Native American black nigga. I don't even know. You know, the world's weird. We probably Chinese or something, but that's cool. I like China and Japan and Korea because he was stationed in Korea for several years. And my mom's dad were in Europe, in Germany. You know, here comes Breck Deutsch. But the point is this: growing up in a military family, if you can identify. Thing is that my mom's, she was my hero when I was growing up because my dad, no disrespect, I kicked it with him in Chicago. We got down. He hooked me up with a high-rise building and my brothers, you know what I'm saying, and peoples and folk and shit. Like, I lived in Chicago, dude, and I had it good. Like, I can't lie. Like, I'm not from the hood, dude. Like, I don't want to tell you that I'm from a ghetto-ass neighborhood. I'm not. When I say low income, what I'm saying is this. My mother could have lived with her grandmother, or I'm sorry, my grandmother, my grandfather, which would be her mother and father at any time. Okay? My grandfather was in World War II. He's a real fucking goddamn G. Dude, white guy, okay? Caucasian, fucking shit is G. Killed Nazis in World War II with the shit like, fuck you, fascist, you gots to die. I'm a white guy, Caucasian, white nigga, use a motherfucking Hitler ass bitch nigga, Third Reich, fascist nigga, and blew these niggas away. Got his leg blown off in World War II. Fucked up shit. Came back to the U.S., G shit, Purple Heart, okay? When I grew up, we had a gun cabinet in my grandparents' home filled with guns. Musket gun, nigga, fucking shotgun, this, that, whatever. We had multiple gun cabinets. My grandfather was a master craftsman. He was also a telegrapher. So he was a code dude, just like my mother was codes and ciphers. He did the railroad shit. So when he came back to the States, he worked for Burlington Northern, G that he was. He could build anything in his workshop, from metal to wood. He used to build the rocking horses. I could probably sell he made them for all of his grandchildren and his children. The rocking horse that he made for me and my families. I say families. I said my sibling. You know what I'm saying? And my cousins and my mom and her sisters. Them junks probably, bro, honestly, real talk, I probably sell one of them junks for $100,000 on the internet. My grandfather was a real fucking G, dude, from the United States who killed Nazis in World fucking War II. He went to World War II and was like, fuck you. You trying to hurt people? You trying to be fascist? Fuck Hitler, fuck the Third Reich, fuck you. Blah, 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 blah. Sideline, nigga, what's up? Drive-by, fuck. Boom, 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 white dude. Fuck you, white dude. My grandfather was a real fucking G. He took a round for his fucking G unit, you feel me, for his set, and he got his leg blown off. Real shit. I'm not going to tell you and go into details and shit like this. You know, there's a lot of stories from a lot of families, a lot of people that served in World War II. One of the most heinous, fucking sinister, sick, disgusting, fucking sick as fuck wars in America and the world on this rock. Okay? Mandela effect aside. He's in a book. Okay, he's in a book published. My grandfather was a white dude. On my white side, during the American Revolutionary War, half of my family was on the U.S. America, like, you know, leaving, fleeing, fucking saying fuck you to King George III and shit. The other part of my family was on the British loyalist side. So I come from that split on my white side, like half of us supported the British crown. The other half was like, yo, British crown, suck dick, eat shit, you ain't shit, and you's a bitch type shit. That's my white side. So, that's Caucasian. Now on the black Native American side, with my dads and whatnot, really, dude, seriously growing up, like I'm being real with y'all. I was never really destitute poor. Okay. My mom's who was a soldier, trained fucking shooter, who was Army for 4 years, stationed in Virginia, then in New Jersey, then, in New Orleans, and then in Ketchikan, Juneau, Valdez, all over Alaska, in different parts of the world, in communications and intelligence. She was a military intelligence operative. My mom was a spy, okay? And that's real shit. And that's out of the history books. She honored her family, my grandmother, my grandfather. My grandmother was at the National Security Agency. My grandfather on my mother's side was at NSA. Before NSA was in existence. My grandfather, my grandmother. She was at Fort Meade in Maryland in the Army Call Center. And she was awarded with the plaque for being one of the first women in the Women's Army Auxiliary Corps. All right. So in the state of Washington, she's lined up with these women. She got a plaque and stuff. And she was in World War II. She was in World War II. And during World War II, one of the things that she did was she worked in Army intelligence. Before my mother was in the Army and then later Navy in intel. And my grandmother, she would read all of the incoming data to her commanding officer and then report it, impart it, disseminate it to her command unit before anybody else knew about it. So my grandmother was at NSA before NSA existed. In other words, she was on the property of the Fort Meade property infrastructure in the National Security Agency before National Security Agency existed. So I come from a long line of military intelligence and what have you. And we were never really honestly, truly like poor. I feel bad for people who are, for dudes who are. We did at some point, because my mother chose to. She had been what was called a candy striper. So she wanted to be a microbiologist. She studied microbiology before she got her degree in business. So she had the option of shacking up with her mother and father, i.e. my grandmother, my grandfather, World War II veterans. And she was like, you know what? Fuck that. The dude who I had a child with, he ain't around, but you know what? Fuck that shit. I'm a soldier, trained, military intel. I don't need to stay with my parents. I could just live down the street. So we stayed in the projects, nigga, for 8 years. Okay? We stayed in the PJs and shit. And military housing, low income. She went to school, got her degree in business admin. And then as soon as she got her degree, we moved out the fucking PJs and we moved into a condo. And nigga, it was good from that point forward. So I'm just being real with the world audience. Like, I ain't really from the hood. I'm from a middle class family. Now, I had an uncle who was like an Uncle Phil from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Okay. Her baby sister, because she got three sisters, three, the number after two, or four. It's a matriarchy. It's the daughters, the four of them, and then my grandmother who passed. So there's like four daughters, grandmother, that's five. Okay. That was a matriarchy because my grandfather passed when I was like 4 years old and shit. So the women, the four sisters, my grandmother, and then my great aunts who had also been in World War II, right? My grandmother's sisters, my great aunts, they basically ran the family. And props to them because they served America. We never really lived in the ghetto. And I'm just being real, man. Like, I ain't faking, I ain't funking, but I'm gonna tell you like this. I did live in low income housing. I did live in military housing. If you don't know Jack Sheeyit or Sheeyit about the US military, back then, military, you might have benefits, but you don't make a whole lot of money. My mother's degreed. She went to college and has a college degree. My mother's a fucking soldier and TSSCI. A lot of what she did to this day is classified because, real talk, like I said before, she was naval nuclear readiness. And in terms of nuclear shit, the umbrella to protect America, my mom's did that, bruh. And the world is weird because it ain't a movie, though. There is a movie, but in the real world, she helped protect the United States during the 80s and 90s, and she retired honorably. And I give her respect for helping to protect the United States from nuclear cataclysmic fucking thermonuclear attack and shit, because that shit is real as daylight, real world matrix shit. My family on my mom's side, they're German and English. So on my grandmother's side, my grandmother, they were essentially German American immigrants. Now check this out. My grandmother, her father was German. You feel that? And they had come to U.S. as Germans. So I went to German camp when I was like, 5 years old. And my grandfather, who married my grandmother and vice versa, he was an Englishman. They're English. So you had a German and an English, okay? A German woman and an Englishman. You had two whites, two Caucasians who fought fascism, literally put their lives on the line to fucking destroy fucking Nazis during World War II. That's the white side of my family, man. And then my father went to a theological school between Alabama and Mississippi when my family made the exodus, if you will, to Mississippi. My father, from the deep South, he was a non-traditional black dude, if you want to call him black, and he got a degree in both sociology and theological studies and was in the U.S. military at a very young age. And during a time of heightened racial tension in America, he was teaching race relations like Django, like Blazing Saddles. My dad, man, come on, dude. I got down with my dad in Chicago, man, in the early 2000s, bro. My dad ain't no joke, bro. He's one of the top martial artists in America. I keep it on the low. I don't say too much shit, dog, for real. I rap. I got my persona. The niggas who know me from the 495, they know. I don't really brag or boast about a lot of shit, but I'm just saying like this. I'm not ashamed living in low income. I'm glad I did. Because, nigga, I was low income. But my mom's, she got her degree, college degree. Went to fucking the college and got her degree, and we moved up out the hood. Boom, just like that. And my dad is multi-degreed. So, I lived in the hood, but I also didn't, and I had relatives who were fucking wealthy. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm not going to make it seem like, nigga, we didn't have shit like a pot to piss in, because we did. But, man, for like the first 8 years of my life, I lived in the hood, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I fucking did. And man, I met a lot of some of the world's most down to earth, most fucking grounded, most legitimate G's, real cats, Bloods, Crips, GDs, Vice Lords. Nigga, I don't set trip. I'm one Sir Grove. And I don't even remember what episode this is. Something like 17. But yeah, that's one. One love for all of y'all niggas. Real talk. I don't give a fuck what your skin color is. Cause that shit is irrelevant, nigga, in the real world matrix. I'm one Sir Grove. This is 495 Casting Celebrities Worldwide. Peace.